And we are back on Sportsman Radio. I'm your host, Chris Shanfeld, and I am now joined by one of the newest members of the Chicago Bears, linebacker James Anderson. Thanks for joining the show, James. How's it going?
Man, Chris, what's going on, man? Everything's going well.
Now, I want to start this interview off by talking about your days in college. I see you attended Virginia Tech. I know you attended Deep Creek High School in Chesapeake, Virginia, where you were actually teammates with Redskins cornerback D'Angelo Hall. How did you decide that Virginia Tech was the place you wanted to be at?
Well, you know what? Actually, my coach, David Cox, and a couple other coaches went to Virginia Tech, and they took us to their football camps every summer. So myself, D'Angelo Hall, Dale Tapp, Chris Clifton, Vegas Robinson, we all came from the same high school, and Virginia Tech felt like the place to be.
Did D. Hall's college decision or any of your other teammates impact yours at all?
Yeah, it definitely did, man. When you know you can go to a university who had a really good football program, and you can go there with some of your guys that you grew up with, it definitely was a plus.
And did you know that you would redshirt your first year at Virginia Tech?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I did. Most guys usually redshirt. The fortunate guys who step into a good position usually don't. But for me, it worked out well. Helped me get a couple of degrees, and also helped me develop as a player.
Now, looking back at, I'm looking at all your college stats combined during your time at Virginia Tech. You started 28 of 53 games, and you recorded 7 sacks, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. Looking back, are you satisfied with how you played at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think it was an opportunity for me to grow as a player, to learn how to play football, and I was fortunate enough to make it to the next level of my performance.
In the third round of the 2006 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select linebacker James Anderson out of Virginia Tech. How was that moment for you to achieve your dream and make it to the NFL, James?
Man, you know what? That was a great moment. I was actually in my living room with my family looking at the draft, trying to keep people from calling my phone because you trying to pick up on that call, and to have that moment happen after all that work and not really knowing, it was definitely a dream come true.
Can you tell us about one of those moments that you had, one of those first moments you had where you thought, like, whoa, I'm actually in the NFL?
Well, as a rookie, you kind of get that moment when you go on a training camp. And I remember in Spartanburg, first day of camp was probably 115 degrees, and we're out there practicing. I'm looking around at all these guys that I watch play on TV, and that's when it started to sink in that I actually was in the NFL.
How about when you turned on Madden and you seen your guy right there on the Panthers?
That's cool too. All your boys call you and tell you your Madden stats. With the new update stuff, if my ratings go up, my boys call me and say, hey, bro, you just, you're up to like an 89 or 90 something. So that's definitely a reality check for you.
Now, in 2011, you got a big contract for five seasons, $22 million, 8.5 guaranteed. And after that 2011 season with the Panthers, you guys decided to part ways. And just a few months ago in March, you were actually picked up by the Chicago Bears. Were you surprised how fast all this stuff went down?
You know what? Looking at the business of the NFL, you walk in there year in and year out, not really knowing your destination. I didn't expect to be one of the guys that they made a move with, having salary cap problems, but that's part of the league, and that's part of this business.
And you hold some records there in Carolina with most tackles in a single game with 20, and that was just from this past season against the Giants. And you also appeared in 94 games, which is the most for a Panthers linebacker. You said it, James, the NFL is a business, but what was your reaction when you found out that you would no longer be a part of the Carolina Panthers organization after spending your first 7 years of your career there?
Well, it kind of was a mixed feeling. I definitely enjoyed my time in Carolina. I really wasn't expected not to be there, and that's the place I wanted to be. But, at this point in my career, when they made the decision to part ways, you kind of get excited to go see what's new and what your next adventure is. So, like I said, I was definitely, disheartened to leave Carolina, but was excited to see the new challenges and adventures that lay in my future.
Obviously, you guys had a great linebacking core over there as well with yourself, Thomas Davis, John Beeson. But, man, that rookie over there, Luke Kuechly, he looks like he's going to have a pretty good career, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely, man. Luke was one of those guys that came in day one, and you can kind of see his talent and just knack for finding the ball. And that's definitely a guy that you can see for years to come. He's going to be one of the great ones.
You guys are listening to Sportsman Radio. I'm your host, Chris Schanfeld, talking with Chicago Bears linebacker James Anderson. James, you had signed a one-year deal with the Chicago Bears. I'm not sure if the Bears were the only team to show you some interest. I'd be surprised if they weren't. But why did you choose to play in Chicago?
Definitely, man. You know, when you play linebacker, the Chicago Bears is definitely one of the organizations that you dream of playing for, especially being a linebacker, knowing the history of this organization, knowing the love for the team that Chicago has. And I was, more than excited to be welcome to come here.
You mentioned that linebacking history here in Chicago, and it's actually going to be the first time since the great Mike Singletary is wearing the number 50 here with the Bears. Does that put any pressure on you?
It doesn't put pressure on me. What I think it does is, it puts an expectation on me and it helps me. I actually think it's going to help me play better when you understand the history of the number, the fact that I was blessed enough for them to even offer the number to me, makes me feel good and want to go out there and give my all every snap.
Well, I don't know if you have or not, but have you ever met Mike Singletary? I know he does some stuff around the NFL. He was a former coach for the 49ers. I know he did some things with the Vikings. Have you ever met him?
Yeah, I kind of met him in the past, and we played against him a couple of times.
All right. So number 50, man. I think you're gonna represent that number pretty nicely. I gotta say.
That's the goal, man. The goal is definitely go out there, respect your tradition, and take it every snap, every down as hard as I can go.
James, man, OTAs are currently going on. How are they going for you and the team?
Yeah, OTAs is going well. The team looks great. Practice is going fast, it's going crisp. The defense is flying around, and Jay's out there with renewed confidence. So I'm excited for the year to come.
Even with the departures of Brian Urlacher, Nick Roach, Geno Hayes, the Bears still have a pretty damn good linebacking core with yourself, Lance Briggs, DJ Williams, and, of course, the two rookies. What do you think about the Chicago Bears linebacking core, James?
You know what, Chris? I think it's going to be great, man. It's sad to see a linebacker statue like Brian, Urlacher leave and retire, but he said it was his time. But I'm excited about the guys that we do have, and bringing DJ in, Justin, John, and Kasim, and bringing myself. So I think it's going to be a great core.
How excited are you to be reunited with your former teammate in Carolina, Julius Peppers?
Man, I'm extremely excited. Actually, his locker is right beside mine, so we get a chance to chop it up here and there as we get ready to go to practice. So it's going to be fun, especially knowing what this guy can do in the time that he is. It's going to be fun playing along with him.
And speaking a little bit about that linebacking core, do you feel the Bears got some pretty nice players in the 2013 draft with linebacker John Bostic out of Florida and Kasim Green out of Rutgers?
I definitely do, man. I think you brought some young guys who are smart, who can run around, who make plays, who have next to find the ball, and I'm pretty sure this core is going to be good for years to come.
Now, the Chicago Bears facility, Hallis Hall, is actually located in Lake Forest. Have you been able to walk around and visit the city of Chicago?
Yeah, I've been out to the city a couple of times, man. You can't come up to Chicago and be up here and not go to the city. There's just too much going on, too much to do. So there's been some fun times down there in downtown Chicago.
What can the Chicago Bears and fans all around the world expect out of linebacker James Anderson this season?
Well, of course, you can expect the guys that's going to go out there that's going to fly around and have fun. Every game, every play, it's going to be 100%. And we can go out there, we're going to have fun, we'll make plays.
Any personal goals for this season, James?
To be the best I can be. Whatever that takes, whatever form that shapes this year, to be the best linebacker that James Anderson can be in this season.
Hey, that sounds great. James, I really appreciate your time, man. I have just a few quick, fun questions to get to know you a bit, and then I want to talk about your website, jamesanderson50.com. Does that sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, James, what's your favorite TV show and movie?
I'm actually in between a couple. I like the police TV shows, like I love Bones, watching New and Castle, and Dexter is a good series I like to watch as well. Favorite movie, either Remember the Titans or Hitch.
Favorite thing to eat?
Food. I don't think it really matters, man. I don't think I really don't eat it. I use the Brussels sprouts.
All right. What do you like to do in your free time?
Play music and play golf.
You mentioned golf. How about that Robbie Gold event over the weekend, man? You told me before we started the interview you won that.
Oh, that was a great event, man. Robbie did a great job. had a lot of fun, and it's always fun when you end up winning. So that was a great time.
And it's always for a great cause. James, except for football, what is your favorite sport?
That's a tough one. Probably either basketball or track and field.
All right. You paying attention to the NBA playoffs? As we know, it's going to be the Spurs and Heat. Who you got in that matchup?
That's going to be a tough one, but I think, it's hard to go against the Heat the way they play when the game's on the line, so it's definitely hard to go against them in this series.
It's hard to go against LeBron James alone. James, you're on Twitter. You're on Twitter at 50JAnderson. Why do you make it important to connect with your fans, man?
In NFL, the fans make the game. It's all about the fan involvement. It's all about the enjoyment for the fans. So I think it's important to make that connection and to keep them connected as well.
If you're able to meet any famous person, who would that be and why?
Famous person? From now or from the past?
Either.
I have to say either Martin Luther King or Muhammad Ali.
All right, and last but not least, what is something about Chicago Bears linebacker James Anderson that many people do not know about?
Man, hey, when you get in that kitchen, I can burn. I can definitely go in there and cook up some stuff in the kitchen.
All right. Now, James, I want to talk a little about your website, jamesanderson50.com. I know you do a lot on that website. You have a lot on that website, including information on the James Anderson Foundation. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely. The James Anderson Foundation, I started it as a way to kind of give back to the community. I'm actually joining it with the nonprofit that Serena Williams, Cameron, and myself started called the Driving Force Giving Circle. Just a way to give back, a way to really make a difference in this world and to use this platform to do some change.
Hey, that sounds great. You plan on doing any events here in Chicago?
Absolutely. When I get a chance to really get into the community and see how what I do can link up with what's going on here, I plan on trying to find ways to get involved.
Hey, you let me know, and I'll definitely help you out and support you with that.
Well, thanks, bro. I really appreciate it.
Now, James, I also know you're on pretty much every social media website that I know of, but something I thought was really cool is that last season, I believe it was like every week or close to every week, you and most of the time a teammate would video chat with fans through Google+. How did you think of doing that in the first place, and are you going to be doing that this season?
Actually, one of my PR girls, Hollis Nixon, she found out about Google+, and she said it was a great way to interact with fans, and absolutely here in Chicago, I try to get it on every week and get a chance to talk and chat with my people.
Hey, James, it sounds great. You're doing great things out here in the community. I'm wishing you nothing but the best of luck here in Chicago. I hope you're enjoying your time. Before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to plug on there for myself and our listeners?
You know what? Just look out for the Bears this year, man. We got a great team and some good things going, and we're going to try to go out here and do some good things this year.
Hey, man, I already know. I'm excited for training camp, and hopefully I'll see you down there.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks, Chris.